Hello, everybody, and welcome to More to Digital. I am your host, as always, Brian Sikorsky, coming in from Orlando, Florida. And today, super happy to see that we have Lucas Darway from Webstaurant Store, which is a little bit tongue-tied, hard to say, but Webstaurant Store is fantastic. Lucas, how you doing? So glad you're joining us.
Doing great, Brian. Thanks for having me. Really excited.
Ah, it's great to have you here. And I've had experience ordering things from a Webstaurant store because when you hear, web, obviously it makes sense. But when you hear restaurant, you think restaurants. But you know what? It's stuff for everybody is able to get there and purchase. So it's great. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what Webstaurant does.
Sure. So I've been with Web for about 2 years now, and our primary focus on my team is data governance. So with about 400,000 products, there's just tons of data. And then on top of that, we spend about 100 million a year on search. So if you could imagine the questions that come across various procurement teams, business intelligence, email, paid media, SEO, we start with trying to wrangle and bring all that data together. And then the second half of my team are just pure analysts that are putting decks together, chasing insights, and trying to help spend that money as efficiently as possible.
Excellent. So what would you think is the biggest change that you've seen in marketing that's coming in the next 2 years?
Well, any company with the budget is, from what I can tell, at various points of adopting like a true raw data pipeline, either Adobe Omniture or in
Mhm.
cases that I see really successful, Google Analytics 360 gives you just a ton of information. So this helps address challenges of not having visibility on who you're reaching, whether you're accidentally remarketing to existing customers. So getting the right people in, because data engineers are very removed from the marketing data and how to interpret it. Data scientists are very busy cleaning data. So that biggest change is around teams that just get that data in one place to reduce the amount of time it takes to actually get insights together and answer really technical questions. So the whole tech stack is evolving.
Definitely, definitely. And what do you think would be some of the major challenges that you and your team face today in creating more awareness of your company and retaining the new people that you have?
Yeah, so the industry space for us, there are tons of restaurants in the company. We see a growing customer base of residential people. Just we have great prices and we have lots of products, so there's lots of growth there. Um, but there's always a challenge in really pinning down who a person is and understanding those touch points and attribution. And the measurement piece gets really tricky. And then when we try and reach beyond our typical audience that's searching downstream for a really specific product, you have YouTube and connected TV and traditional ad buys, and it gets harder and harder to really put a proper needle and understand the impact you have in certain regions. So it's always a balance of getting creative with doing an ongoing iterative testing, measurement, and working with stakeholders to try and encourage data literacy. So we sit on top of a lot of fields, and they have a lot of nuance and gray. People switching devices. So you not only need to be really savvy with the data, but communicating it and simplifying it is just always a challenge in our space. So
Definitely, definitely. And getting through that digital noise is always a huge challenge. But there's so many tools out there nowadays that makes it easier to try to drill in a little bit more and to make sure your message is getting to the right people. So, thank you so much for sharing that information with us today, Lucas. Really appreciated your insight on stuff. And, folks, we have such great advice for the rest of you out there. So, you can connect with Lucas. You can connect with any of the other great interviews that we have on our platforms. It's ideas, it's storytelling and media and marketing right here on More to Digital. You can find us at dailyadbrief.com, and I will see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.